Hi, I'm Cindy Rock. I'm the Senior Vice President of Inside Sales at C2FO, and I'm really honored to be the Chamber Chair of the Board of Directors this year. And I'm very excited to welcome you to this year's State of the City Address. I have to acknowledge that this is not how I typically look, but you should see the other guy. The Chamber exists to make Overland Park prosper. So it's fitting that one of our annual highlights is this event today. We celebrate the great accomplishments we've seen in the past year, and we look forward to hearing about the exciting strategies that Mayor Skoog, the City Council, and the city's professional staff have planned for us in the future. First, I would like to thank today's sponsors, Oak Park Mall and the Phoenix Home Care and Hospice. Please join me in thanking them. Next, please join me in thanking Dr. Stuart Day and the entire team at the University of Kansas Edward Campus for hosting us here this afternoon. We're very fortunate to have our corporate sponsors with us who invest in our core purpose. Representatives from those companies, please wave so that we can recognize you. Advent Health, here they are, thank you. Black & Veatch, thank you all. Central Bank of the Midwest, awesome. And HCA Midwest Health, Menorah Medical Center, and Overland Park Regional Center. Awesome, thank you. And just a couple of more, St. Luke's Health System, awesome, thank you, and T-Mobile. All right, let's hear it for all our great sponsors. Great. I'd also like to thank our 2024 corporate sponsors. Representatives from those companies, please wave as your company is announced. Affinis Corp, here you go, thank you. Empower, Evergy, FNBO, First National Bank, Fulston Siefken, great, thank you. Johnson County Community College, J.E. Dunn Construction, great. Kansas Gas Service, McGowan Gordon Construction, thank you. Spencer Fain, excellent, and the University of Kansas Edward Campus. Thank you. We are also honored to have many elected officials in attendance today. I ask that all elected officials please stand and be recognized. Awesome. Great. We want to thank you all for your public service and for joining us here today. Thank you. Now to our program. I'm very pleased to introduce Overland Park Mayor Curt Skoog to present his 2024 State of the City Address. Curt was elected mayor of Overland Park in November of 2021. Skoog was first elected to City Council in 2005, was re-elected in April of 2009, 13, and 17. Curt's focus has been implementing policies and approving projects that support strong neighborhoods and a vibrant community and economy, which are the bedrock of Overland Park. The passage of Vision Metcalf, 95th and Antioch redevelopment, and the resurgence of downtown Overland Park demonstrate this focus. Mayor Skoog is an active member of the community. He is the chair of the Mid-American Regional Council Bi-State Commission and co-chaired the Creating Sustainable Places Consortium Coordinating Committee that developed policies for redeveloping transportation corridors across the region. He's been actively involved in Shawnee Mission School District and a board member of the Kenilworth Homes Association. He's a graduate of Kansas Chamber's Leadership Kansas, the Greater Kansas City Chamber Centurion Program, and the University of Kansas School of Business. Professionally, Skoog is the branch manager of the Institute of the Building Technology and Safety. He and his wife, Amy, have 3 children who've all graduated from the Shawnee Mission School District. Please help me in welcoming to the stage Mayor Curt Skoog. Thank you. Good luck. Thank you. All right, appreciate it.
All right, is the microphone working?
Thank you.
All right,
Thanks
we're
so
on.
much. Appreciate it.
Well, good afternoon. It's so fun to see so many familiar faces and new faces here today. Thank you for taking time out of your day to hear about what's happening in Overland Park. Overland Park has a 64-year story that reflects visionary residents and business leaders who dared to dream of the future, when it could have been much easier just to say no to change. Cindy, thank you for that introduction and your involvement in the community and on the Chamber Board. The Overland Park Chamber and the City of Overland Park have had a long partnership. Together, we have delivered on the needs of the business community and residents of Overland Park. The Chamber is always thinking about the future. Cindy, Tracy, and the Chamber team, thank you for hosting this event and for your strong support and advocacy for Overland Park's future. And thank you to our sponsors.
Yay, good job. All you.
And thank you to our sponsors for today's event, Oak Park Mall and Phoenix Home Care and Hospice. Now, I'm only able to serve as mayor for one reason. That's because Amy says I can. So Amy is my wife. I want to thank you for all your support and ideas on this journey. Thank you very much. And then my daughter Allison and son-in-law August Sukalix are here. And I want to thank you for your support and patience as I do this job. And I just watching your family with 4 kids, if you didn't know, they've got my 4 grandkids, in today's world provides me with insight on the challenges young families face in the city of Overland Park. So thank you for being here today. A new year brought a new city council with fresh faces and fresh perspectives. Our mantra around City Hall is back to basics. I think even our returning council members appreciate this approach to understanding the city's successful processes. Logan, Melissa, Holly, Jim, Scott, Sam, Chris, and Jeff, thank you for your hard work that you have already put in to serving your community. Drew, Richard, Greg, and Anas, welcome. Welcome to a very passionate group of leaders. But you need to strap in. We have a lot of work to do ahead of us. Working together, we can deliver strong neighborhoods and a strong economy long into the future. In other words, an ever-improving quality of life. Thank you for your commitment to Overland Park. To all the other elected officials here today and their families, thank you. Thank you for the work you do and to the work you do for your community and ours. You know that what you do makes a difference. So thank you very much for what you do. Overland Park's high quality of life is a testament to the hard work of our city staff. Police officers, firefighters, and engineers providing essential services that keep our community safe. Planners and park staff that make Overland Park such a wonderful place to live and visit. And the team of directors and managers that steer the ship, thank you for what you do every day. In 2023 and 2024, Overland Park again was the recipient of many awards that point out our high quality of life. Your community was named a safest city in America, a best city for jobs, one of the 10 best cities for families, and just last week, the second happiest city in America. For years, Overland Park has been at the top of these lists and others. Let's take a moment and just think about what that list really means, right? It's recognition by others for the years of hard work that this community has put in to have this amazing community. By that, we mean in Overland Park, we think a lot about quality of life factors. The quality of life factors our residents expect. By that, we mean what are the elements for a great life? I'm proud to share that our new comprehensive plan, Framework OP, gives us that insight. We have worked more than 18 months to learn more about our residents' desires, how they envision the future of our community, and this plan lays out that framework for bringing those desires into reality. For those who are not familiar, a comprehensive plan is the city's vision for the types of development, both public and private, that should come to the community and where it should be located. Overland Park, like most award-winning communities, has long used a comprehensive plan to guide development and forecast land use. Today, we are near the final draft of this community-led process to update this important plan. Hundreds of you and your neighbors have been involved in this process. You've shared your thoughts in more than a dozen community open houses, and you have used our online engagement platform. And the community has provided their expertise on advisory teams. The result is Framework OP. It's a plan that goes beyond just prescribing land use. It considers how land use affects the quality of life factors. It recommends flexible policies that support revitalization and strategic growth in our cities. These policies will enhance our natural environment and create characteristics in our neighborhoods that reflect our community, all while supporting the city's vital long-term economic health. Framework OP aims to bolster our city's housing by recommending policies that keep existing neighborhoods vibrant and providing options for housing types not widely available for current in our community, enabling our ability to provide attractive and attainable housing for all of our residents. You know, Overland Park is a city designed around cars. It's baked into the core of our suburban history, and you see it throughout our city. Framework OP honors this, but recommends expanding our strong connectivity with attractive places to walk, bike, and use public transportation. Framework OP, importantly, encourages growth for both businesses and job centers in our community. It strengthens areas where office buildings are located by creating more vibrant places that will attract today's and tomorrow's workforce. It supports residents through economic advancement and its recommendations to diversify the city's economy. It builds sustainability into our practices to preserve our natural areas and enable development with the future in mind. Framework OP encourages all of us, residents, business owners, developers, and the city, to ensure we are a resilient community. And of course, Framework OP supports the quality of life that makes Overland Park amazing. It outlines ideas for ensuring Overland Park continues to be an in-demand and high-achieving place to live. It recommends more gathering spaces for the community, supporting our outstanding education system and the steps we can take to be welcoming to new neighbors. The Framework OP Comprehensive Plan is a modern approach to planning for Overland Park's future. I want to give special thanks to about 30 residents who led this effort on our steering committee. I appreciate your leadership. And to the dozens of community members who led their expertise on our advisory teams, what a great process it's been, hearing from the whole community about what their hopes are for our future. But we're not done yet. The Framework OP project team is putting together their final touches on the draft plan. After a final month of community input in February, once adopted, the new comprehensive plan update will guide much of the work we will do at the city in the future. Today, our conversation will center around this plan, Framework OP, a framework for our future. Let's take a look at what we've done through this lens. You may recall that last year I was sharing information with you about an upcoming election. I asked you to vote yes to invest in our streets and traffic systems. With your support, last June, the community approved OP Moves, a 3/8 sales tax dedicated to improving infrastructure. We are now implementing these projects. Thank you. OP Moves will fund needed street and traffic improvements with roughly $24 million per year. The new sales tax will start being collected in April. Let's take a look at the infrastructure improvements we are making. Overland Park took on more than 80 projects to maintain and improve our infrastructure in 2023. We built new bridges, streets, traffic signals, curbs, and storm drains across the city. Our neighborhood street reconstruction project brought a much-needed complete rebuild to the Trailwood area near 99th and Row.
We had some potholes in our streets, and it felt like it was a good investment in the community.
This project brings new concrete pavement, sidewalks, storm sewers, street lights, driveway approaches, and street trees to the area, breathing new life into this wonderful neighborhood.
It was clearly a huge endeavor for them to replace and repair what goes on underneath all the concrete, because there was a lot of equipment and the city spent a significant amount of money to make this a better neighborhood to live in.
Overland Park will invest in this type of reconstruction and even more neighborhoods in the future. Concrete is a key part of a brand new thoroughfare project near 159th and Schweitzer as well. With new concrete pavement, curbs, gutters, street lighting, signage, sidewalks, and trails, this complete street is a major update in a growing part of the community. We laid new asphalt surface along College Boulevard and will soon tackle a major project to rebuild College Boulevard over Indian Creek near Corporate Woods. This will increase safety for drivers, cyclists, and pedestrians. Drive Metcalf north of 435 and you'll see major changes to beautify this important corridor. Under the ground, we're burying power lines and adding improved storm sewers. But you'll see new raised medians with landscaping and irrigation, and decorative traffic signals coming soon. Down the street, a multi-year storm drainage project continues, with city staff working to reduce the impact on neighbors.
Our role is to listen and to inform and to manage the project. We are representing their best interest when it comes to construction and design.
The project will bring new streets and sidewalks to the area while replacing and modernizing the nearby stormwater system to reduce the impact of heavy rains on nearby properties.
We want to ensure that whatever we build is strong, reliable, efficient. We can make the best use out of the money and we can make the best product for them.
The city continues to invest in traffic safety as well, building new, modern traffic signals that keep Overland Park moving.
Overland Park's a great place to live, and I think if we continue to invest in infrastructure, it will only maintain and improve our community.
Investing in infrastructure is what our residents expect, and we have the Public Works Department that can deliver. The Chamber and the community support for OP Moves was essential to the expansion of this program. I'm proud to share that in 2024, we will execute an additional $17 million worth of work to keep our streets, traffic system, and stormwater systems in good shape. Thank you. The Framework OP also urges the city to continue implementing the Infrastructure Advisory Group recommendations, and we will work hard towards this goal. While we're on the subject of road work, it's hard to believe, but KDOT is at the halfway point of US 69. I want to, yes. Thank you all for your patience through that process. The ongoing lane shifts, closures, and overnight work has allowed KDOT to move quickly on this project. When completed, the all-new highway with additional lanes and ramps will address safety, travel times, and congestions on one of the state's busiest highways. And I just want to emphasize the word all new. That's amazing. We're looking closely at how to better focus our infrastructure in North Overland Park around the people who use it. The city is studying the 79th Street corridor from I-35 to Lamar Avenue. This 2.5-mile stretch of road is an important access point to many of our neighborhoods and downtown Overland Park. When it's done, the plan for the street could include additional parking, crosswalks, bike, hike trails, and more. Framework OP calls for more complete streets like this, improving that balance of safety, access, volume of traffic with multimodal transportation needs for every street. Framework OP calls for creating a safe, efficient, and accessible transportation system. It recommends focused investment in transit and providing walkable and bikeable options. It recommends strategies to support mobility for everyone who needs it. These projects and others in the city's future work towards that goal. Downtown Overland Park continues to be a place of pride and celebration. It's one of the community's important gathering places. In 2023, we watched movies in the park. We shopped from local artists at the art fair. We trick-or-treated with businesses and celebrated the holidays while honoring a growing OP organization, the Golden Scoop, at the Mayor's Holiday Festival. If you were there, you saw thousands of visitors come together at the Fall Festival. They were there to shop and eat, listen to live music, and experience the changes in this amazing, dynamic area. Was anybody here at the Fall Festival? Any hands going to go up? There are a few? Good, good. Well, in a little while, you'll have another chance to go downtown. The last year brought new businesses and restaurants and stores, improvement to existing buildings, and a lot of community events to our great downtown. So those of you who maybe didn't make it to the Fall Festival, next weekend is the sure sign of spring, the St. Patrick's Day Parade. Now, usually it's really cold, but this year I have confidence. I have confidence that it'll be warm. Framework OP builds on Forward OP's community vision. It calls for more public spaces to gather with friends and family and visitors. The Overland Parks Farmers Market is a gem in this area. It provides a model for future community gathering spaces. This last year has given us time to reflect on what this space could be, how it could serve the community beyond market hours, how it can support area's small businesses, and continue to transform downtown Overland Park in the spirit of Vision Metcalf. We've envisioned a gathering space that meets the needs of vendors, shoppers, and downtown merchants during market days, and does much more. The next step on this project is City Council consideration of an updated plan later this spring. Investment is happening in our community in big ways. Here are some of the latest improvements being made across the city. Business and development continues to thrive in Overland Park. Blue Hawk is growing near 159th and Antioch, and so is our city's position as a youth sports hub. The Advent Health Sports Park, scheduled to open its first phase this year, includes an ice rink, basketball and volleyball courts, a turf field, an esports center, sports medicine training center, and more. Prairie Fire hit a home run last month with the help of Visit Overland Park. The museum at Prairie Fire will soon be home to the College Baseball Hall of Fame. A new interactive display will take over more than 8,000 square feet at the museum. The College Baseball Foundation will also move its offices and jobs to Overland Park. Hesperia is growing and changing at 119th and Knoll, with new entertainment venues and a hotel coming in the next few years. Hill's Pet Nutrition celebrated the opening of its global headquarters on campus, with many more businesses to come. Nearly 200 units will transform the office campus into a mixed-use community. Overland Crossing looks completely different than it did just 1 year ago. Several existing stores remain, while the new Whole Foods is open, providing healthy options for residents. And the new Nordstrom Rack opened just in time for the buzz of the holiday season. Metcalf 108 is set to become apartments, offices, and retail, and the new hotel in this area is no longer a point of blight in our community. Construction is wrapping up on nearly 400,000 more square feet of office space at 95th and Metcalf. Shamrock's new building is one of the biggest construction projects in the metro area. Down the street, as Promontory continues to grow, another residential building is on deck this year. New restaurants and retail have followed these investments at 89th and Metcalf, serving up pickleball, hot chicken, and much more. There will be new places to live at South Glen on Metcalf, Oslo on 135th Street, Schlegel Farms on Flum, and the Greystone Townhomes near downtown Overland Park. Land is moving at 103rd and Antioch as the Meridian team prepares to bring a new live-work-play community to Overland Park. With fine dining and cafes, coffee shops, grocery stores and specialty shops, housing, hotel rooms, workspaces, and indoor and outdoor entertainment venues, all just a short walk from a beautiful golf course, trails, and open spaces. Meridian will redefine the center of our city, and for many, what it is like to live in Overland Park. These are just some of the many projects the business community is bringing to Overland Park. I'm proud to see the community's hard work paying off. It is reflected in these private investments that will make Overland Park an even better place to live and work. The value that these projects add to our community are immense. The Overland Park Chamber is taking steps to support one of the foundations of economic well-being in our city, small business. The Chamber team is helping small businesses through partnerships and events with the Kauffman Foundation. They're also working to ensure Overland Park continues to provide high-quality talent to the city's employers through workforce training partnerships with local schools and regional organizations. Framework OP, well, it's the city's plan, but it takes relationships and with private organizations, businesses, and individuals to ensure our continued economic success. We must work together to maintain and improve the places and spaces that attract innovative companies and their employees. Economic well-being is at the heart of the comprehensive plan. Framework OP recognizes that the city, the chamber, and the community have all been partners for decades in this achievement. In today's modern environment, with a modern comprehensive plan, there is more we can do to support this goal. College in Metcalf, an area dubbed OP Central, continues to be a critical site for business in Overland Park. It's hard to believe, but there are nearly 90,000 jobs in a 1-mile radius of that area. That's right, 90,000 jobs. This is more than any other place in the Kansas City metropolitan area. We're looking at ways to make this business hub even friendlier to modern employers and employees, along with the residents who live nearby. We've heard time and time again that walkability, green spaces, nearby restaurants, and shopping are key. For College and Metcalf to remain a competitive business hub, it must offer these amenities. The city will continue to invest in all areas of Overland Park, but Framework OP identifies areas where careful, strategic investment can take our community one step further. These areas are ripe for investment and improvement. They provide the fundamental building blocks to create a more connected, vibrant, sustainable, and resilient community. They are areas where we can maximize the use of existing infrastructure, support public transportation, add housing, and reduce our environmental impact. College in Metcalf, at the center of our city, is one of these places, but there are others. The comprehensive plan calls for the city to leverage its tools to support change and redevelopment in strategic investment areas. This will involve change to our code and to create more signature destinations. Places that will be unique to Overland Park and serve both visitors and residents alike. It calls for carefully using tools to spur this type of live, work, play area that makes interesting places. And those tools are financial, yes, but there are other possibilities as well. The city can invest strategically in development that brings the type of live, work, play neighborhoods that we heard so much about from the community while creating Framework OP. Development and redevelopment on their own are major endeavors. With each project, developers bring shared gathering spaces, interesting and unique stores and restaurants, much-needed housing, childcare facilities, and jobs to our community. It is important to note that private development creates places in Overland Park. Let me emphasize that. Private development creates places in Overland Park. A developer built your neighborhood and your favorite store and movie theater and restaurant. These are important places that build a sense of community. Framework OP creates ideas to promote private development that allows our traditional neighborhoods to exist harmoniously with regional activity districts and high-intensity commercial hubs. Transitions in land use, walkable design, architecture, and other tools will allow us to continue to provide major amenities and destinations and stronger, safe neighborhoods. Neighborhoods are the foundation of our community, and more housing is top of mind. We know from the Chamber's member survey that this is a priority for Overland Park employers. In 2023, Overland Park built more than 1.1 million square feet of housing. That's more than 200 new single-family homes for new residents, and we've approved more than 200 lots to be built on. But 200 houses a year is not enough. Framework OP calls for Overland Park to expand the types of housing we build. It suggests fostering different homes that vary in size, cost, and design. I'm kind of excited about this. We will be one of the first cities in the Midwest to offer permit-ready homes. The city will make it easier, faster, and less expensive for developers to build high-quality, attractive homes to fill unmet needs. The comprehensive plan explores some steps the city can take to incentivize housing that meets the needs of everyone in the community. Framework OP's housing goal is critical to ensure Overland Park can continue to be the home to workforce members, young professionals, retirees, public servants, and others. While the community builds private amenities, the city is building and improving public facilities that serve residents and visitors. Have you seen it? How many people have been out to Longhouse at the Arboretum? Oh, wow, that's great. Well, it's our new front door to the Arboretum, and it's not just open, but it's thriving, which I think is represented by the number of hands that we've seen here today. It's hosted weddings, corporate retreats, and meetings already. This spring's blooms are going to be amazing, as they always are at the Arboretum. I can't wait to see the building's natural surroundings in full color. Thank you, Vicki Lilly and the Arts and Recreation Foundation of Overland Park for growing an amenity that will serve our community for decades to come. We've also been busy at taking care of other parks and recreation amenities. 2023 brought new playgrounds, benches, sidewalks, shelters, and restrooms to parks across the city. We built basketball courts, dredged lakes, updated bunkers. Are there any golfers out there that noticed bunkers changing? And created more welcoming natural environments. We've asked the community to get involved in another planning process. Playbook OP is our long-range plan for parks and recreation, and many of your neighbors are involved. It will guide our efforts to update existing parks, trails, pools, and facilities, and make recommendations for new ones. There's more to come this year. We're starting major work on several attractions in 2024. Construction begins soon on Bietigheim-Bissingen Park, which honors our sister city relationship with the people of this dynamic German city. Later this year, we'll take neighborhood feedback and prepare for the new Marty Park as construction comes to an end on Fire Station number 41. This improved fire station will better fit the size of modern fire trucks. It also considers our modern workforce with single-user restrooms and bunk spaces. And it will also have our modern decontamination facilities that help keep our firefighters protected. Protecting the health of our staff is just one of the city's important things to take care of our public servants. You guys know well the challenges that are in the labor market, the hiring market today. Let's take a look at some of the city's creative efforts to keep talent working for our community. Recruiting talented staff and retaining them once they're on board is essential to ensuring Overland Park continues to move forward.
Public service is a noble service. I really believe that, and I think that public employees who have committed their entire careers to serving others is really special.
City Manager Lori Curtis Luther and her team are thinking creatively to keep our talent working for the community. In the fire department, a new cadet program is recruiting staff younger than ever. Cadets get hands-on experience, specialized training opportunities, and support for their coursework, all while building important relationships for their careers. hopefully with the Overland Park Fire Department. The Overland Park Police Department is working to ensure the police force that keeps our community safe represents our community.
Because they see like, hey, she looks like me, she speaks like me, so you get that comfortable zone, then they talk to you more, they open up. So I kind of want to be that bridge for our Hispanic population.
That means targeted efforts to not just recruit minorities and women, but ensuring that they are included in decision-making processes and have access to promotions. The weather in January was a reminder of exactly how important some of our most essential workers are. Our snow bosses created an incentive program that recognizes drivers' efforts and ensures they are back behind the wheel of a snowplow the next time winter weather hits. Despite the weather challenges, your city's snow crews responded day and night to keep streets clear of ice and snow. It is important to reward the staff who do this essential work in some of the most brutal conditions.
I'm really excited about the creative ideas that staff have brought forward in order to recruit really a new generation of public employees. We have opportunities for young people really to be engaged, and I think those programs help us explore what young people want to see when they're entering the workforce, and that's really helpful.
Supporting our city staff is essential to the community's public safety and high quality of life. In the most recent citywide survey, 92% of residents were satisfied with the overall quality of life in Overland Park. I just want to say that again, 92%. When was the last time you saw 92% of people like anything, right? And Overland Park does all of this with the lowest property tax rate of any first-class city in Kansas. Framework OPE aspires to maintain the community's high-quality services and facilities while building on our solid foundation of being welcoming to new neighbors and supporting families. Many of you felt the effects of the severe storms last summer. City crews jumped into action when the high winds hit, cleared block streets and downed tree limbs. For weeks, Overland Park hosted drop-off sites and cleared tree debris. We also coordinated with local volunteer groups to help residents in need to remove debris from their own private property. Speaking of trees, last year we began removing hundreds of dead and damaged street trees from the emerald ash borer creature. We will replace every one of those trees, this time taking steps to provide diverse species for long-term resiliency. We've also creating and acting on plans that will impact the future of our parks and green spaces around the city. The Urban Forest Plan will guide the city's investment in protecting our tree canopy. Our new Maple Hill Park will have a minimal impact on the environment. It has new playground and pickleball courts. We have to have pickleball courts. The new restroom and shelters, though, are completely powered by solar panels on the roof. We're also planning for our transportation network with a plan to guide electric vehicle infrastructure in Overland Park, both for our fleet and for yours. That's at the same time as new EV charging stations are coming online at the Farmstead and the soccer complex. Last year, we started a multifamily recycling program in partnership with Ripple Glass. This new service will divert waste from landfills and provide new options for residents who live in apartments and condo complexes. Framework OP considers long-term resiliency strategies for our tree canopy, watershed, and wildlife habitats, all while ensuring our homes, schools, and businesses are protected from natural disasters and weather events. The comprehensive plan put the environment at the forefront. There's one clap. Well, we can clap for that. It's all right. Working to enhance our natural environment for the well-being of current and future residents. Now, we consider all these topics as we think about the future of our city through the new Comprehensive Plan Framework OP. I hope you will share your support for the community's goals for the future. The plan creates opportunities for elected officials to make bold choices to improve our community, and for businesses to deliver bold projects. The next step in this process envisions Planning Commission's endorsement in April and City Council adoption in May. Your support has been integral in developing this community plan. And I need your support to finish the job and obtain approval and implementation of Framework OP. For 64 years, the Overland Park community has looked to the future. We've created and implemented plans based on shared visions. From the building of College Boulevard, whoever had that crazy idea, to the reinvention of downtown Overland Park, we have delivered for the community. Now it is time for a new and expanded community vision. Will you join me in delivering the community's new vision? Will you? Is everybody awake? Did I put everybody to sleep so far? Overland Park's future is up to us. And I am confident that together we'll execute the framework for our future. Thank you for your attention. Thank you for being here. Thank you for what you do for Overland Park and Overland Park residents and Overland Park businesses every day. Thank you for listening to me.
Great job. Thank you. Good job, Mr. Mayor. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Mayor Skoog, for this report on our state of the city. Wasn't that comprehensive? And I get excited about the OP framework and just all that is included in that. So thank you very much. We share so many priorities and are proud to be your partner in creating quality jobs and making Overland Park just a top destination for businesses, for family, and for talent. So like you, the Chamber believes that the future of Overland Park is really created through intentional strategic planning and then strong collaborative public and private partnerships. So it's really an exciting time to be in Overland Park.
It is.
It's really very cool. So we're fortunate to live and work in a community with a team of dedicated visionary leaders like you and our city council and the professional city staff. There are many of you with us today, elected officials, staff leaders, who represent the hundreds of professional staff back in the office and the field who work hard every day to fulfill our quality of life. So we appreciate that you all go above and beyond to make Overland Park a great city, which we depend on. So thank you. It takes intentional leadership to manage the day-to-day priorities as well and maintain strategic focus on the big picture issues that are crucial for our quality of life, not only now, but importantly 30 years from now. So please stand if you are here in the room representing the city of Overland Park. Anybody? Awesome. That's a lot of people. Great. Thank you all for your passion, commitment, and dedication to our community. We truly appreciate your leadership. Finally, a special thanks to today's gold sponsor, Oak Park Mall, and today's bronze sponsor, the Phoenix Home Care and Hospice. We also want to once again thank the KU Edwards campus for supporting us and sponsoring us here today. Your partnership is greatly appreciated. And thank you again to our corporate partners, all of our corporate sponsors, and for their support of the Chamber. And thanks to all of you for joining us today and taking the time out of your schedule to come and hear a little bit about your city and where we're going and what we've been accomplishing. So thank you for all each of you do to make Overland Park prosper. Now, with that, you can join us outside in the lobby for food and drinks. The meeting is adjourned. Thank you all. Thank you. Great job.